I've been playing a lot more short-form horror games the past couple weeks, specifically Lovecraft-inspired games with the recent sale for them on Steam. I played a lot of really good games and a mountain of cliched samey walking simulators, which are still entertaining as long as they have some semblance of a story. But the process of playing one after the other really wore out my expectations for any originality after a while. That flipped on a dime when I came across this little indie game with a weird cover. It didn't pique my interest when I looked at it at first because the character art reminded me of satire, so I thought it might be a comedy or hastily made game. I decided to pick it up anyway and play it because the Lovecraft sale was going on and it was only 50 cents. So why not? In my opinion, most of the time when games claim to be Lovecraft, they either directly copy his work or put a bunch of tentacles all around and end up feeling like any other horror game trying its hardest to get the atmosphere down. Lovecraft in my mind is all about a specific type of writing style, and I usually feel no games match it. The ones that always end up being my favorites. Rooten was that game. It was by far my favorite game I played recently. It tells a completely original and straight-to-the-point narrative that gets creepier and creepier as the 2-hour experience moves forward until the end. It feels like it's not trying to relate to any other story nor copy anything, just telling a solid narrative from beginning to end. This was just good writing built around gameplay that perfectly complemented it. And the art that I was unsure about earlier became its charm. Without spoiling much, the game starts out with the protagonist getting a report for a new job. The job is as simple as going to an outpost in the woods and recording information about a species of mushrooms. There's supposed to be no form of contact with the outside world besides a supply helicopter that comes once a week. And from that summary, if you haven't guessed by now, the game takes place over 1 week. You as the player have to go around each day and journal what is happening around the outpost in the woods. Each day certain changes occur, new areas open up, and new dangers along with them. And that gameplay loop is what pulled me in completely. You only have so much time in a day to unearth all the mysteries, coupled with the ominous subtle background of the dead forest to the wailing that's beyond it. It was pulled off greatly. The protagonist must survive until the end, trying to protect himself from his findings or give in. You have the choice as the player, which by the way, I've only played through once and I know I missed a ton of content. Plus, I think I also got one ending out of multiple. Although I'm not completely sure, there's a lot here to discover that I still haven't. If you are a Lovecraft and narrative-driven player, this game is for you. Rooten is developed by Amortiz Games, and I can't wait to see what they make next. And as I said before, even without a sale, it's very cheap and available on Steam. Thanks for watching and subscribe for more indie and horror content to find out about new games like this one.